And Thelma, when you're ready, you can go for it.
Hello. Okay, I'm on Madeleine's computer and technologically gestremd. So
I record al.
Record hy?
Ja.
Okay, Madeleine help my. Baie dankie. Vir jonger sissies.
Can everybody hear Thelma?
Yes. Okay, fantastic. Hello everyone, my name is Thelma and I am Madeleine's older sister and I am a Platinum VIP leader with Organo. So it's been a long time since I'm actually been given training on this group. So it's a privilege to be here tonight. And the topic I want to talk about tonight is managing your business while being too busy. Now, I think we all struggle with that sometimes. And I hope that I can give you a few tips by telling you about myself, what I do, and then how I have managed to be a part of Organo for over 3 years. So a quote I would like to start with tonight is actually one of my own. And it is something that I just woke up with one morning and realized I'm talking to myself. Normally I preach to myself first and then I share it with the rest of the world. And it's just the next thing. Sometimes in order to grow, you need to let go. So I'm going to come back to this and maybe it will make more sense. We all joined this opportunity because, or let me rather say it like this, we are all looking for one thing in life. And for everybody, we think that one thing is different. That maybe for some people it's money, maybe for some people it's having a better house, a bigger car, more financial freedom. We think that's the things that we want in life or that we need in life, but it's actually not that. What we all want in life is to have a purpose. And our purpose could be different in life. And that is something that is going to differ from me to you to whoever. But we all need a purpose. There was a very specific reason why you initially said yes to this specific opportunity to becoming an Organo distributor. It could be this week, it could be last month, it could be 2 years ago. But when you started out, no matter how long ago it is, there was a reason you said yes. Somewhere in your life, you decided that you had a specific goals, something that you needed to achieve. But like I said, more and less, it always goes about a purpose that you wanted to fulfill for someone else or whatever the reason is. How do we find our purpose? If we can get to that, and we all know the question, find your why. That is very true. That's a very good place to start. But I love a quote from Dolly Parton. She says, to find out your purpose, you need to find out who you are, and then you need to do it on purpose. So that is how you find out or get to your why or get to your goal, as you need to find out who you are as a person, and then you need to start to do that thing on purpose. Why am I talking about purpose if tonight's topic is about managing a business when you are busy? I'm going to get to that, I promise. So a lot of people in search of their purpose, they shapeshift. Shape-shifting is when you try different things the whole time to figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And I'm reading off something that I wrote a few weeks ago. We start things and then we see whether it works for us. And when it doesn't work, we move on to the next thing and the next thing. And we keep on searching for that thing that works for us. And eventually we become professional searchers because we don't start something and put in the effort to actually make it work. We think we can find something that's easy to do. Now, let me tell you this, nothing in life that's worth it comes easy. And that's how I get to my topic. So who am I and who gives me the right to say you can do something when you have a busy life? So let me put this into perspective for you. When people tell me, oh no, I can't do this, I'm way too busy, I've got like and I need to be careful not to step on toes, but I've got an 8 to 5 and I've got a boss that's grinding me. I literally want to faint sometimes. So I studied for 10 years to practice law. Trust me, 10 years is a long time. I specialized in medical negligence and forensic medicine. So that took us some time to get done. So I'm actually a legal advocate. I have a full-time practice. I not work for, I get appointed by attorneys. They keep me busy, trust me. My court schedules is full, but it's also booked around my other life. What is my other life? My husband and myself, while I was studying, started a business, 24 Training, and we provide first aid training to corporate companies. Now, for a long time, that was amazing because all I did was, while I was studying, was the admin. I answered emails, I spoke to clients, and I managed the business from that side. Subsequently, since my husband is currently working in America, so someone had to step up and run the business. I'm a director of the business. I couldn't just put it into someone else's hands. And since a lot of changes, we don't have a lot of facilitators in the business anymore. So I had to take that upon myself to become a facilitator. Did the course for that, and I have the proof. I've got a shirt on today. Yeah, 24 Training. I came from a class which I had been presenting since Monday, and that I finished today. And tonight I'm sitting here doing my passion business, which is organo. So that is my other full time. I have to give class sometimes from 9 in the morning till sometimes 4 in the afternoon, 5 days a week. Get home, go and do my legal work, be on time for my court appearances and all that. And then also, to add something else to the basket, I'm also a musician or a singer, and I have shows. Luckily, that's mostly weekends. And then I also have a full-time hobby. She's not around. Yeah, I brought her with to Cape Town. She's a border collie. We go to school twice a week, and we compete in competitions. So when I tell you, I understand what busy looks like, I really understand what busy looks like. So how on earth do I fit in organo? And I've been a 30, where Marlene can rectify me, 33 or 34 star achiever for the past 3 years. It's because I decided when I joined this business 3 years ago, come hell or high water, that this business, 35th this month, thank you, Madalena, come hell or high water, I will make this a success. Because when I started this business, I wanted that time, what my goal was, my purpose was, I wanted to pay my own car, not from our communal business, my husband and myself's business. Back then I was studying, not from my other income. I wanted to pay my car from income that was not taken from anything else. And I succeeded to do that eventually. And now my why has changed. So I understand being busy. So how do we do this? This brings me back to purpose and reason. If what you want in life, if that goal you've set aside for yourself, whether it is whatever it is, to make sure that your children has a future by saving for a college, do we have colleges, university fund, by buying yourself a new car, by working towards moving to a bigger house, whatever it is, if that is your goal, you need to keep that in mind and remember that the only way you're going to achieve that goal is when you are going to start to actively doing life on purpose and doing life with active decisions to get towards that goal. Stop having excuses, but actually arranging your life around achieving that goal. So stop being searchers, stop being shape shifters. It's not my English day today, but actually make plans on purpose to achieve your goal. The reality is that in life is nothing that is worth it comes easy. We have to work for it. Nothing's going to fall into our laps. And people change stuff because they're looking for the easy way out. There's a certain person in our town, and trust me when I tell you, George has got a lot of great people for network marketing, but most of them want an easy ride. They keep on asking you, they want to join the opportunity, but no, they don't really want to do selling. No, they don't really want to do, because people want it easy. And this is not an easy thing. We need to plan for it. So how do we plan for it? How do I manage with my schedule to still make this business a success? We need to take control. And control means planning plus sacrifice. Planning is easy. We've had a lot of, it's not maybe not easy, but we've had a lot of training when it comes to planning and arranging our schedules and doing things in a certain way. But if you want to make a short list of how you can plan to make yourself succeed in whatever you want to achieve, is the first thing that you need to do is make lists. Now, I've got my book here that I work from every day. I just want to scroll back and maybe I can show you, apart from all my other notes, how I work on a daily basis. Normally, it's in this book. I write my 3 businesses down, and like there. I write my 3 businesses down. I start with my legal business, I start with my training business, and then at the bottom, I do Organo. Why is Organo at the bottom for me? Because unfortunately, I have to keep those other 2 businesses as my first priority, because people get needy when I don't answer them immediately. But then at the end of the day, I make sure that as I work through it, I tick off what I do. So make lists and focus on one thing at a time. A lot of us think if we are amazing multitaskers, we can get more done. The reality is you don't get anything done when you multitask. You touch here, you let go. You touch there, you let go. And in the end of the day, you think back, I was busy the whole day. I was running around the whole day, but I actually didn't get anything done. It's because you cannot multitask and move on to the next step. You need to make a list of what you need to do in every aspect of your life. And you need to concentrate on that one thing at a time and then tick it off and move over to the next thing. You need to also allocate time limits to what you are doing. So say, for instance, in a normal person's day where they've got an 8 to 5, you have a boss that's needy or whatever the case may be, or if you've got a lot of pressure from work, and then you come home and you've got a husband and you've got kids, or you've got very demanding dogs who's already scratching at the door to get to mommy, and you've got those kind of things. That is priority. You can't get around it, and you can't say, okay, well, I've got an Organo business, so all the rest of my life needs to wait. Unfortunately, that cannot happen. So put your day into segments and say from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock, I belong to my employer, all right? From 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock when I get home, I need to do dinner. While the kids are in the bath, I can quickly do a few things. And then do that. Stick to that routine and make sure that you actually do what you've set yourself out to do. At a time limit. If you need to do posts or whatever the case may be, at a time limit to it, don't go over. What we tend to do sometimes is we go into Facebook with the idea of creating a post, and then we open Facebook and then we start reading things, and we eventually don't even get to what we actually intended to do when we opened our phones. So time limits on tasks. Do not multitask. I said that. Break your daily routine up into segments. My mom had this very old saying, Malane also grew up with it, and when we got overwhelmed with a lot of things, she always said to us, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer to that is bite for bite. So when life feels overwhelming, break things up into segments and start doing the things little by little and ticking it off so that you can feel accomplished in the one thing to move over to the next thing, because then your whole demeanor towards your to-do list becomes more calm and controlled. Plan your week ahead. A lot of people say Sundays are for planning your week. I agree. When you're rustig, when you have a few moments and you can jot down a few things that you want to achieve the week, plan your week ahead. What I feel works for me, and it's a personal thing, is I get up in the morning very early while the rest of the house is still asleep. I make myself my cup of black. Malena, every morning I'm beer with them at the moment. She says to me, have you had your coffee? I said, when my eyes are open up, the first thing I have is my coffee. I do not function normally without black coffee. So I make my cup of black coffee, and then that's half an hour, 40 minutes is my planning time for myself. I sit with my to-do list for the day. I think what's the most important things. I make my 4 or 5 lists of my different areas where I'm busy in, and then I go do it. So plan ahead. That helps us to actually not start feeling overwhelmed, feeling like, I can't do this. I don't have time. I don't have time to talk to clients. I don't have time for recruiting. We see all these things as these mountains that we need to cross, but it's not mountains. It's small little things that we just need to do every single day as a routine, so it can become part of who we are. Today, if I may use this example, is when I teach first aid, I say a lot of the steps that we do is like riding a bicycle. You cannot ride a bicycle unless you put your one foot on the one pedal, your other foot on the other pedal, and you actually start pedaling. your to-do list, your daily tasks that you do for your business should be like riding a bicycle. You shouldn't even think about it anymore. It should be so controlled, so planned that when something else comes, the kid gets sick and they need to be rushed to hospital, or you have a trailer lid fall on your head and your whole weekend is messed up. That happened to me 2 weeks ago. And things is out of control, that the things that you could control could still fall in place because you don't think about it anymore. It's almost like part of who you are. So plan your week ahead, plan your day ahead, and schedule things. The beauty about social media apps right now is that we don't need to sit and post every day. We can sit for an hour and we can schedule a few posts to happen, to be visible. Lots of people say, why do I even bother posting? I never get any replies and any answers. I have been using my WhatsApp status for sales for the past 2-3 years. There was a lady that's been watching my WhatsApp status for more than a year and a half that now started buying from me. I've had a Facebook group for nearly a year and a half. Marlena said to me the one day, why are you still doing this? I said, because, I don't quit. When I start something, I try and do it. This week, 2 people from that group that's been watching that content for more than a year asked me about the products, and they are now interested in the products. Why? Because I decided to show up every day, whether or not I get a yes or a no or a whatever. I am still there. I'm still visible. People still know I do this. If I jumped over to the next thing, new skin, or there's so many other stuff, gummy bellies, jelly babies, keto, whatever the stuff is. If I started moving on to the next thing, you know what my clients are going to say? Oh, that thing that she was busy with didn't actually work. I never believed in it and have to actually stick to stick with it and to get through it. So I'm off topic now, but I feel that maybe there's someone here that needs to hear that. So make your daily plan, make your to-do list, and stick to it. And then, very important, when you are done, tick it off. Because when you've ticked it off and you can move on, your whole body, your whole mental state starts to calm down. You don't get overwhelmed and you can focus on to the next thing. That is planning your day in a busy life. You can have so much more control if you just take the time to actually plan your day. And then the other one I said is sacrifice. So sacrifice what steals your time. And I'm not talking about your children, and I'm not talking about your husband or your wife, if there's some men on here. I'm not talking about the things that needs to steal your time. You can never let your child stand next to you and you're on your phone watching things on your phone, because that little human being is more important than anything in life. My dog thinks she's a child and she's more important than anything in life. But I'm talking about time stealers. When you open up your phone, and I am very guilty of it. I'm very guilty of it. Hands up here. And you start watching a reel. Instagram is horrible. And you just scroll up and scroll up and scroll up. And before you know it, an hour has passed and you haven't done anything but watch little stupid videos. Unless it's your own reel, our reels that we watch. That steals our time. TV, Netflix. I do know that a lot of you post, what do we watch on Netflix for algorithm? But how many of you think, maybe I should actually watch that series? If you could watch Netflix and that 40 minutes that you watch an episode of a series, schedule all your posts, well done. That's what I normally do. But if you're going to sit there, stare at a TV, are you living towards your purpose? Are you living towards the goal, the thing that you want for your life? Or are you allowing something to steal your time? It could be window shopping. You know, if you don't have money to actually buy stuff and you go to the mall just to walk through it, that steals your time. Are you actively investing your time into your future, or you're allowing something to rob your future from you? Then it gets back to my quote that I said in the beginning. What do you need to let go in order to grow? Sometimes in order to grow, you need to let go. What is it that you need to let go so that your business can grow? Now, I always tell my team that you're not doing this for me. This is your business. You're not doing it for your upline, for whoever. You show up every day only for yourself, for your family, so that they and yourself can have a better future. If you're going to get up and say, oh my word, I have to sell something so that Thelma can actually just achieve a rank, somewhere along the line, you're going to lose it, Because number one, you might not even really know me. So why would you show up every day for me? You need to show up for you. And if you love and respect yourself enough, you will show up for you and you will make this a success. So put yourself first. And I actually wrote something down here in my book that I wanted to share with you. And then I paged off away from that. So what is it that you need to let go to grow? This is something that I want to share with you back about purpose. There's easy ways to figure out your purpose in life. We all think it's very difficult. It's not. There's 3 questions. You were put on this earth to serve a group of people. Who are they? You have a significant benefit to provide that these people are eagerly awaiting. What is this benefit? What makes you you? And you have a unique reason behind this all, and that is your why. We sometimes think our why should be something physical, a new car, a this or a that. But the benefit that you offer and the reason behind everything that you do, that becomes your why. And if you can actually find out that, then you will actually tackle any situation, any opportunity you will tackle with a new love and a passion, because you'll actually do it for the correct and the right reasons to end up where you started, your purpose, your reason for doing it. All of us are different, and it's unfair of me to compare myself. Like I said, I want to faint sometimes to you. I do not know what you deal with emotionally on a daily basis. I do not know what you deal with at work. I am blessed that I work for myself. I don't answer to a boss. I answer to very needy and demanding clients, yes, but I don't answer to a boss. And therefore, that I'm very blessed for. I don't know what you deal with on a daily basis, but I can tell you that if you're going to take control of your life, if you're going to sacrifice the things that doesn't need to be there, that you will get ahead to the next step, and that you will be able to make this business that you started for yourself a success if you are willing to let go of the things that's hindering you from growing. In a busy lifestyle, this is still very possible, but you need to show up for yourself. I want to leave you, and I don't want to go on too long. And if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer it. I don't know if this was beneficial for anybody, if anybody felt that they learned something or that they needed to hear this, maybe just to get a new fire going. You can let me know in the comments. Malena opened up a nice little window here for me to see it. I'm glad, Louise, that you needed to hear that. Then this was my purpose tonight to say this to you tonight. And Sanet, thank you for that. So I'm going to leave you with this quote. I don't know who wrote it. There's no such thing as being too busy. If you really want something in life, you will make time for it. If this is what you want, to be a success as an organo distributor, you will make time for it. So enjoy being busy, enjoy getting out there, make your lists, be positive, do not give up. If you give up, you've lost the battle. If you keep on trying, you are halfway towards the winning post. Don't ever give up, keep on going. We have an amazing product that I am absolutely, totally in love with. And that is the reason I'm doing this. I want to share it with the world because I believe in it. And I'm not going to jump to anything else because I believe in what we have in our hands. May you all have an amazing evening. Be busy, but be mindful about your time and be blessed. All right, that's me. Good night, everybody. Now, I don't know how to end this all, so I assume Elaine's, oh, yes, she comes. She's going to help me.
Good night, everyone.